I'd love to be in a position where we wouldn't have to be talking about LGBTQ plus fans in football. But whilst there are still homophobic slurs in football grounds, we have to continue with our mission.
Unfortunately, football, there's a lot of people who feel like they don't belong.
Stadiums, football clubs are massive places, and it's, I think, easy to kind of feel alone.
And that means a lot of people will self-exclude and think that football will never be somewhere where they would feel welcome or where they can be themselves.
We're isolated and also scared to come to a stadium on my own.
As an adult, I'm trans. I didn't know how to be safe in a game, how people would take me, where I could sit, what I could do. So yeah, it just wasn't comfortable, and I didn't know if something happened and you weren't safe, who would care? Who could you talk to?
I've had a troubled history with my sexuality and football, finding that the two for a long time they couldn't coexist. I felt as if football wasn't a place that someone who's gay could be. I felt isolated and removed completely.
I was on Twitter. I saw that there were one or two other LGBTQ plus fan groups. And Spurs, I think, put something out in some kind of mailer. And from that day, the club were very much like, this is your fan group. What do you want to do? The very first event we had, which was against Dnipro, we call that our birthday, the 27th of February, 2014. From that day, we came up with 3 things that we wanted the Proud Lilywhites to sort of do and deliver. And the first is to build community. The second thing was around education. And then the third thing is campaigning. To use football, because we know the power that football has to kind of make social and cultural transformation, to sort of drive LGBTQ plus inclusion.
I think the first year was sort of quite hard. It was quite hard to kind of explain to people why it was important. And that's why for us, it was imperative the club were behind it, and they were steadfast in saying, this is the right thing to do. We're going to make sure that you've got, access to everything you need to be successful. It kind of just became this snowball effect of positivity.
I was looking through Twitter and see a sort of initial call out for LGBT fans. Didn't know much from Proud Lilywhites. Jumped on it straight away. I did become part of the founding members of Proud Lilywhites. We've built that from 11 of us to now. The last time I know is over 700 members.
I looked online to see if there was any groups or anything like that, and then I found the Proud Lilywhites.
When I saw that, I just thought that's my people.
It showed me 2 things. It showed me, 1, LGBT people and football can coexist, but also that Spurs wanted it to exist. For me, it was a watershed moment. I put a message out to them, and I just said, look, I'm an LGBTQ plus fan. I want to get involved. I want to support Spurs again. It's always difficult taking that first step to reach out. I remember when I was thinking about whether or not it was something that I wanted to get involved with, but I'm so glad that I did, because I was able to learn more about myself through these people than anyone else has ever taught me.
I'm really proud because on that rainy day at White Hart Lane, my late wife was there. So we started on that journey together.
Everyone met at the old centre spot, and I just got to go and chat and meet people like me and have, just people like, oh yeah, we've got similar experiences and we're safe here and we are season ticket holders and we come all the time. And I suppose I can interact with Spurs more now.
Over the course of 10 years, there's a number of projects and things that we've worked on together to kind of really help the club in its mission to be more accessible to everybody, but also for us as a group to make sure that other fans, other LGBT fans can feel comfortable at Spurs.
People have different disabilities, different identities, and many other things that come from their background.
I don't feel threatened inside the stadium. I feel like welcomed anytime, kind of a second home.
I've done 3 or 4 gay pride marches with Tottenham, and the club has provided T-shirts, flags, and you really feel you're marching at Pride with the club and for the club, as well as for Proud Lilywhites, and it's tremendous.
Proud Lilywhites can't do what it's done without the club. Like, they have been there from the start.
And Ledley's been with us on this journey from the start, so he really gets it.
I'm a big believer in the game being for everyone, regardless of colour, creed, sexual orientation. And it's great to see the proud Lilywhites an important part of the stadium, an important part of the club now. And, I'm glad that as a club we've championed that.
That support, obviously that's from Ledley himself, but that's also from the club saying, actually, we take this seriously.
Groups like Proud Lilywhites are fundamentally crucial and a massive part of what Premier League clubs need to do.
Our anniversary game, which is coming up for the 10 years, our logo is going to be on the side of the Tottenham High Road. I mean, things like that are absolutely phenomenal. They're there for everything that we need to do, and they seem to want to champion and support us on our journey.
Managers, so whether it's Robert, whether it's Big Ange, wearing like the Proud Lilywhites badge, it's just simple gestures like that that actually publicise it and get people to think, well, what does that mean?
I think football is moving in the right direction for the better because of movements and organisations like Proud Lilywhites.
They've really shown me how I can be myself, how I can be proud to be myself. There might be people that are not ready for that, but if there is ever a time, we'll always be here.
There are many avenues and ways that you can engage with us. Any of the members of the committee will be happy to welcome you on a match day. People come from all over the world as well to be part of our community. And I'm very proud to say that we're not just obviously centric to London, we're all over the UK. We're worldwide, we've got members everywhere.
We're all here to help, we're all here to support, we're all here to make sure that representation matters.
I'd love to be in a position where we wouldn't have to be talking about LGBTQ plus fans in football. But whilst there are still attacks on the streets, there are homophobic slurs in football grounds, we have to continue with our mission.
The ideal would be that no matter who you are, what you look like, how you identify, that you feel that you could turn up to sort of any game, any footballing situation, and just feel sort of complete reassurance that you're going to be accepted and feel safe, essentially.
As society grows and matures in this space, then hopefully kind of the need that we felt that we had 10 years ago or so will become, much smaller.